Good morning. Morning, everybody. Hello. All right. Double check some stuff. That's all good. Okay, so before we get too carried away into our stream for the day, I want to try a couple things out. I want to make sure this is activated. Sometimes when you're making changes to the stream, you have to be in the stream for it to be able to work. So, now that we're here, thank you, Sunny, for putting your points in. Okay, so I added a new reward. Don't redeem anything. I need to see if I can do it myself. Hey, thank you for cheering one bit, Sunny. Okay, I've got that set up to go on 2 different places. Interesting. Okay, I gotta figure that one out. Okay, so can I do this?
Tahoe Anime just asked a question.
Hey, it works. Okay. Haha. I did something cool. Okay, so what I did is I added a new reward. It's called Ask a Question right now. I may change it up, do something different with it. It's for 500 points. 500 of our buttons points. And it gives you the ability to ask a question. So you can redeem and ask a question. And what this does is when you do that redemption, it actually sends it to our Discord, to my Discord, so that me and Mrs. Tahoe get a notification about it. So, trying to figure out how we can set up a little queue type system for, or like suggestions, like a suggestion box essentially is what I'm trying to set up. So people can use their points to submit suggestions and stuff like that, and it will actually go into a list that we actually have access to, rather than you having to go back through chat and see things and stuff like that, or try to pick it out. But yeah, so what this does is the chat bot sees the redemption, it grabs the information from it, and then posts that into me and Mrs. Tahoe's Discord server, so we actually get notifications about that. Cool. I'm glad that works. I wasn't sure if it was going to, but surprisingly it was very easy, which is good. Now the question is, can we set it? The edit. Require viewer to enter text. Right, so that's fine. If enabled, only future viewer requests will skip the queue for review. Cool down, right. Can only do 2 currently. I wish there was a way. I have to figure out how that works. Manage alerts. Maybe it's manage alerts? No. If there's a way to keep the question or whatever the suggestion is, quote unquote, private? Because right now you can all see that, right? You see redeemed, ask a question. This is a test, right? I'm pretty sure that's up on the screen. It's very tiny, but Yeah, it looks like this is a test, yeah. Yeah, so I gotta figure out, there must be probably a way to have the chatbot take that and put it or maybe it can hide it? I don't know. Let's figure out something. I could technically have it delete the message, but I don't really want to do that. Okay, cool. Well, it's good to know that that works at the moment. I'll leave it on for now, even though it's not completely finished yet. But at least I know that the functionality of it works. So that's the good part. All right, that means we can actually do some work on some stuff today. So we have some decisions to make. I did some things while not on stream, which is okay. So on Tuesday or Monday, today's Wednesday. Hi, by the way, today's Wednesday. We are currently in September 3rd. If you didn't know that, you're welcome. If you did know that, I'm sorry. If it's a shocker to you, I'm also sorry. I have back to school night tonight with my daughter, so lots of things going on. Okay, so Monday, we worked on this top section here, 20 through 23, right? We only made it to 22, which is fine, but this page 22 is what we've got here. And it's alright. Like, it's not great. It's not bad. It's not exciting by any means. But I was looking at this and I was like, man, this is really flat, very boring, very not that interesting. It has the mechanics of the stuff that I want. This figure, the box coming out and doing all those things. This is what we put together on Monday. But it just wasn't hitting correctly. It just wasn't working out. So I had some brain things going on and I came up with a different version of it. I have both of them. If I can open it. This is my alternative to it. So we stretched out, we can look at between the two. So here we have our shadow coming out of the box, and the box is the shadow and stuff like that, and it's just a square form in a square page. You know, very simple, not very dynamic in any ways. Here I did a bunch of mechanics with having his shadow be the main thing. I bent the floor of the box so that it has a little bit of a rounded shape. So we really went up with the dramatics of what this is, right? This thing is coming out of this box, and it's not necessarily scary, but something is coming out of it. My little clouds, we just kind of left those there, but really did an extreme angle on our height of our box and stuff like that here. So we put the perspective really low to the ground kind of thing. And we also moved like the baseboards and changed up how the walls have gradients and things like that. We kind of punched it up a little bit, right? Gave it more dimension compared to this being so flat. Simple color. The floor level was fine. Probably needed to be moved down a little bit, but definitely way more punchy like this, right? Definitely has more pip to it, for sure. Definitely more room to play and do things. This feels more comic-esque to me than this does. This is very basic, rudimentary stuff. But we can do a little bit more stuff like this with this third book. Turn down my music in my ear, it's really loud. So this was my brain fart for I think this was Monday evening. I just sat down later in the evening time and I was just like, you know what? Something's not jiving, it's not rolling right for me. So did a bunch of stuff on it. Put some gradients, a bunch more gradients in to give it way more dimension and stuff. And you can see in our box, I swapped, instead of the light coming into the box, it's more like the light is coming out of it. So it's really enhancing this shadow idea of where this is coming from and stuff like that. So definitely think this is a much better version than this. It definitely has more work that needs to be done to it, but yeah, much better. But y'all get to see a little bit of the magic. What happens? My craziness that happens when I get off stream and keep working on stuff. But I think this is where we're going to start today. We'll leave that up for now. We definitely have some more stuff to work on. We're going to get these clouds kind of really looking good. These little smoke clouds. Give our box definitely more dimension. Got to put the rip torn edges on for the part where buttons opened up the sides of it. Got to do a bunch of those little things. Get this one kind of a little closer. I also came up with some plans, because a lot of these pages look very similar, to punch it up a little bit by we can add way more objects now. So I have to design, at some point, go back through and design a bunch more furniture and stuff to put into the backgrounds, to fill up the spaces and give them the look that this place actually exists and people live in it. It's kind of the idea. So that's the plan for now. Keep working on these pages today. Probably this one pretty heavily. This is going to take a minute to get kind of worked around. Gotta go through and figure out. Okay, that's our dots. I also did a thing with the dots where I split them into two. So you can see in the background here, if we go closer, see how these are big, and as you go higher, they turn smaller. And then it swaps here. So as they get closer to you on the scene, they get bigger as well. So just doubled it up a little bit. Trying to use the dots and the what we've got on all the stuff that we have available to us to our advantage in certain ways. So it gives us two sets of gradients that are happening on all of these places. So instead of just being this one uniform all the way through. Okay, let's see. So that's the backdrop. Not this one. So what I want to do is I'm going to squeeze these down a little bit. So part of our extreme angle, we want to make sure that we're going from big to small to thin, so that it really gives that gravitas of the that this thing is going way up high, that it's really tall in that way. We need to do something to this background. This is what we have here. Which ends up being the background for this. Fine. But we need another. Okay, maybe we'll do, that's there. We'll do another one. So most of the objects that I have, if it's not a main character, it has to have some kind of outline around it. That's one of the things that I've baked into the designs. And sometimes I can just add a stroke around stuff and that works. But a lot of the time I like to go through and do a hand-drawn, I consider these hand-drawn, line around everything so that it looks more natural in certain ways. We'll do that. It looks more au natural. There, right, somewhere in there. Yeah, because we got to put the doors on and stuff still too. The doors of Valhalla. Kind of the inspiration, right? Like taking big North myth idea doors and we're putting them on this little box as a little joke, a little nod towards some of our theming and ideas for all of this. And some of it I'll explain, some of it you may have to check out when the book comes out too. There's some there's gonna be some subtle stuff that I put in for backgrounds and certain stuff that it's not necessary to the story, but it gives you a little bit more context for some of the stuff. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so did that. Probably need to do our little split that. Definitely don't need 15. You know what? Let's just take that off for now. We don't stroke. We'll actually make it a little bit bigger. Building like the handle thing that goes on top of it. Arrange, send it back. I'll save. Yeah, so we'll do that for now, and then we're going to build some doors after, and we got to mess them up a little bit because our main character here pulled on them so hard. Let's see, where's our... There it is. To go closer to get this just right. Okay, copy, paste. We'll just select that. That works. We'll make a little split here in the middle. Okay, that's for our little handle that we've got going on at the top. Yeah, we want him centered, so we don't want to... I don't want to do much of... Like, I keep thinking I need to move him up or down or whatever, but I want him right in the middle, kind of right where he is. He's a little on the lower side, but his eye height is just about... Let's see, we are like 8.5. So half of that is 4.25. Yeah, so like his height of his head is about halfway on the page, give or take. So we're within that little realm of possibility there. I think we're pretty good. Okay, so I've got these little holes. I have to decide whether or not I want to cut those out. If I want to cut them out of the box so that they show through. Or if I want to leave them white. Let's try this. Let's copy this. Let's just get rid of that for a second. Put them here. Let's group them. Let's take this panel. Actually, let's not. Let's copy that real quick. This. Okay, so that minused it from there. Paste. Oh, I know what it did. It filled it in because that stroke is so big on the outside of that. That's right. So I need to change part of this. Okay. Before I do that, let's save this here. Sometimes when we're doing stuff like this, I like to save here, and then if I do a bunch of stuff and I'm like, nope, that doesn't work, or it's broken, or makes things way more complicated, then I can just close out of the file, and it goes back to that save where I was like, okay, I can work backwards from here again. So sometimes we have to do that. Okay, so we need to figure out how to get a cutout in this one. I think we can expand this. Okay, that's fine. We can ungroup those. That should be 2 separate pieces now. Correct. Okay. We should be able to put that there. Select that. Delete. Okay, so that's good. Go back to here. Delete. Boom. We did it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I think that works better. And then we can mess with the holes a little bit and make them have the the thing that I need them to have on them. Okay, cool. Let's grab push number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is 5. Copy. Paste. Oops, wrong layer. Paste in place. We're gonna group those together. Copy them again. We're gonna minus them from this hole, from this layer. Paste. And minus it from this layer. Bam. Okay, cool. Nice, nice, nice. So now what we can do, so these are the little holes on the outside of the box, so the breathing holes. Hey, go figure. But you can see they're just cutouts at the moment. So what I want to do, so this is our, dang it. Paste. Oops, I did the other side, is what I did. I did, yeah. Delete. Okay, so I want to select all. I don't want to do that. I want to group this. I want to group this. Take this one, I want to copy. Paste it like so. Let's make it a different color so I can actually see it. Question is, can I do? Nope. That's always the weird thing about some of these copy and pastes that you can do, is that it doesn't like to cut each other out when you have multiple objects that are in a group together. I wonder if there's a way. I doubt that's gonna work, but we can try it. Expand. Try these two. No, minus. Didn't do it. Okay. Might have to go through individually and do each one. Because the expand doesn't do crap for it. Which is fine. We can ungroup these now. Object group. I can take each individually. Bam. Bam. Yep. Can see how these go. Kind of get the idea. Feel like it should be the other way around. I did it so that the front one was the thinnest, but I think the front one needs to be the thickest one. And they should get subsequently smaller or thinner as it goes back. Something like that. We'll see if that works. Bam. Bam. Yeah, something like that. Much better. Yeah. I like that. I like the color popping through on that. Especially when we zoom in. That looks really good. Okay, cool. So, go ahead and make those black again. And then we'll go ahead and we'll just ungroup these because it just wasn't, I can't do them all together at one time. Which is fine. And then we did this where it's got progressively smaller as it goes to the back. Also goes up a little bit here. That one doesn't really matter because it's behind the tail. But we're gonna go ahead and do it anyways, just in case we need it for something somewhere else. Oh, Mrs. Tahoe's dying. Drink water. I need her. She can't die yet. That's the music I'm picturing. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's very much that, right? This is very much along those lines. That's a good way to put that. Thank you, Sunny. Jesus. She's dying, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so this is our... I don't know if you got to see it all, Sunny. No, not the Jaws theme. Dun 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 dun. I don't know if you saw at the beginning. So this isn't what we ended with on Monday, and if you remember at all. Monday, let me save this real quick. Save. Monday we ended with this monstrosity. Yeah, this is what we ended with on Monday, and I was so disturbed and distraught with it throughout the day that I jumped on like late at night, and I was just like, no, something's got to be fixed. Something's got to be different. So came up with this, which is I think is much better. I remember Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, I think this is way more dynamic and fun and interesting, and I love the way the shadow worked out much better too. There's my dog in here. Sora's hanging out with me today. She's not an outside dog today. She's an inside dog. Okay. Yeah, I like the little portals there that show the yellow behind. It works out pretty good. Okay, so we got our little top here. We got to build some doors now. And then we got to mess with these smoke trails. These, you know, like I was talking about before, these Valhalla gates that have been flung open. The gates of Valhalla. We need to figure out which layer. Let's build them on this layer. We've got some doors. We don't want to cover up too much of what we've got going on here. He didn't rip the doors completely off. But we definitely need something. Oh, I was going crazy there. Something. Let's see. Let's send those both to the back for now. Range, send back. There we go. So now our the shadow for this is much more prominent. I know this is going to eat up a lot of our background stuff. It's fine. We can actually bend it more like this. Depending on how this goes, I may take and shrink some of this down so we can definitely get all of this feeling in here. These gates of... We can go Lord of the Rings. The gates of Mordor have been flung open kind of thing. The gates to Mordor. Yeah, we might have to shrink this down a little bit. Get it all to fit. We just don't want any of the background elements to go to that. Transform. We're just going to do... So there's a couple ways you can do this in Illustrator. So I could go up here to this handle on this small, tiny little left-hand corner here. This little guy. And I could pull it and try to scale it if I want to do it that way. The other option is to go up to Select Object and Scale. This brings up our little scale meter here. And then I could just use this scroll wheel to scroll it down until it fits what I want. So like 90% should be pretty good. And we're probably going to take this and just move it down. Something like that. Lose a little bit of our how big it actually is on the page, but that's okay because we're illustrating how big this thing is, so it doesn't need to be big itself. That, and then we get our panels in and stuff like that too. So what we want to do is kind of like what we did on the other page, where we're going to put a bunch of points in here. Points. We're going to do a similar thing on this other page. Points. And that can just be random. Not there though. Random. Now. And then we're going to tweak this little panel a little bit here. Same thing over here. We'll go out. We'll just bend this around a little bit. Let's just say he was a little rough opening up these doors. And then we can do something similar up here. Where we're going to let's go here. In order to make that three-dimensional, we'll give it a squared off edge. Okay. Perfect. That'll give us something to work with our shadows and stuff that we want to put in. Speed. Okay, what do I want to do here? Do I want to... Yeah, let's put a shadow on the inside. None of that for now. I can't see it otherwise. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, something like that. We'll probably have to put a gradient on it to get it to do what we want it to do. Let's pick this, drop that. Let's flip it and reverse it. 5, let's go 60. Nope, let's go 90. Nope, let's go 135. Something. I'm gonna have to work on these doors some more. So we have our frame here. Technically, we don't need it. Actually, bring this all the way in over top of that. Yeah, I think that was good there. Which means we can then take this. No, I think that's good. Because then we'll connect the other. Yeah, around that. And I can do some other folds and stuff in there as well. There's some other stuff we can do, kind of like this. Press the right button. Yeah, we can beat up the door, the cardboard here a little bit by adding a little bit of is that should be like that as well. We can beat up the cardboard a little bit by adding little nicks and scratches and stuff to it, which is fine. Give it a little definition there. We definitely need to continue our stroke around this, so let's do that real quick. Kind of really get this one tied down. And then we'll do the other side. Zero, 9. Okay, so that's fine. That range and back. Yep, yeah, just like that. Yep, it's in our little world there. Speed. And technically we don't need in the background the baseboard that goes through, but it's fine, it can stay, it's not hurting anybody with what we've got going on. So cool, so now that we've got that, and that's actually looks pretty good, it's very much in our style, our illustration style and everything, so we can actually go through and do the other side here shortly. Should be easy enough. Yeah, like that. There we go. May have to change that a little bit. I think I want it to come from... I think I want it to come from here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, in here?
Yep.
Okay, give me a second. Mrs. Tahoe's out of here for the day, so... Ooh, it's being funky. Hold on, please hold. There it goes. Bye, Mrs. Tahoe. Have a good day.
You too.
Or Dreamer. Mrs. Tahoe or Dreamer. Either one. Okay. There we go. Much better. Let's do that from here. We can even put a little crack in this one. Crack kills children, don't do it. Let's go. I think we're gonna end up down here, so do that. Oh yeah, that's right. It does not go there though. It goes here. Go ahead and we'll change this one. This one's gonna go. Where did we do it? Oh, it's hidden behind, so we can't see it. That's fine. Okay, I might have to duplicate that there too. We'll make this kind of match our line coming out, our curved line coming out of there. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll see. Well, let's move our little smoke so we can make sure some of this gets covered up. Okay. Hey, don't forget all your charcuterie board stuff. You need to print something? She's back, ladies and gentlemen. She's back. Look at that. Dreamer contributed her point. Thank you, Dreamer. All right. Let's do... We have some mechanical issues we got to deal with. Let's do this. This one's that one. Let's do this one next. And then we'll go through and we'll make all of our adjustments. Point and click artwork. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. This is how it works. That's good. Do something like that. Color. We'll take it and we'll send it to back range, send it back. Perfect. Yeah, there we go. Definitely gives us our torn open look on our box here. Much better. Let's see, that is C6C7. Okay, that's definitely a different color. Okay. Copy. Paste. Try to make sure that these are consistent across each other. Yeah. I found the song it reminded me of. Okay. Are you sending it to me? Are we Discording it? Or are you just telling it to me? Also, Sprach Zarathustra? Sounds very German, very Russian. I said none of those words right, correct? Probably. Ooh. Okay, hold on, stream. I'm gonna listen to this. I sent it on Discord. Okay. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. I gotcha. Alright, stream. I told myself last time that I would do better at this. We have about 1 minute until our ads come up here, so we are going to pause right here while we're working on page number 22. And then we are going to wait till our little break, our 3-minute break is done, and then we'll come back and keep working on part of this page. And then go from there. So that is the idea. So we're about 20 seconds out from that. So this way, people that end up watching ads don't miss anything. Gives me a little chance to run and grab snacks, drinks, bathroom break, whatever it is. 3 minutes to do some stretching, walk around for a minute, pet the puppers. Gives me a little bit of a chance to stop for a second. So we're going to do that, and then we will be right back. After these messages. Maybe I should come up with a segue like that. What do you think, Sunny? Do you think I need to come up with a "we'll be right back after these messages"? Should I have a segue that has that and I just kind of prompt out script? I'll even do the voice too. I feel like that would be something. Do I need to do more voices on stream? Let's just say that. Do I need to do more voices? Sometimes when I do the Russian voice, I get stuck in it and I do it all day, so I just have to be careful, that's all. Could pre-record it so that you have it even if your voice is off. That's true too. That's a little bit more production stuff. This is more off the cuff. This is freeform. This is improv. We're just improving all of this. All right, break time. Sweet. I'm gonna go grab some orange juice. I'll be back. Are you sure? Alright, I have a husky roadblock in my floor. It makes it very difficult to get around in here. It's a thing. Most days. An epic entrance. The cloud of smoke and emerging from the darkness gave that kind of vibe. Yeah, that was kind of the idea, right? That I was trying to hearken towards, is really getting that, like I keep mentioning, like the gates thrown open, and all of a sudden this mystical, magical, mysterious figure comes out, and it's either the savior or the villain, one of the two. You don't know what it is. Yeah, very much, it's a Terminator where he's in the street and all the lightning happens and then the smoke clears and he's sitting there and those naked as a jaybird kind of thing, but Superman breaks down, the doors that are keeping him out from something, and all of the dust and stuff is settling around as he's, punched the doors open kind of thing. Very interesting name for the song. I saved it. Mrs. Thought was printing something and it started popping out without the little tray to catch it. I was like, aha! Tried to flip it and reverse it. Didn't work. It kind of worked. It saved it, but... Are we out of paper? How many pages did you print? 15? I think it's just cleaning itself. I had to use AI to find it because I couldn't do it on my own. There's no paper on the tray.
No paper.
No papel. This is good streaming material.
Sorry about the paper. Thank you for the paper.
You're welcome.
Real life.
Real life. That's the point. It's all improv. It's all real life things that are happening. This is not scripted. This is not produced. This is not... It just needed one more?
No.
Okay, let's say.
Why?
Uh-oh, printer is doing something. Hold on, technical difficulties for Mrs. Tahoe. Where did you print that from? You need me to stop?
Hold on.
We'll send it again. You send it again?
No, I asked for it to continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, she broke the printer. It's now mad at us. We've been on good terms with this printer for so long and had a very good symbiotic relationship. If we've messed it up and caused it to anger the printer gods now, we're doomed. That would be bad. I will sacrifice my firstborn. I pray.
Whoa.
Oh, it's alright. What? That's how this works.
Go back to your work.
Okay, I've been told to go back to work. Look, you normally have to throw your firstborn into the volcano. That's usually how that works. Whatever you did, it really does not like you. She broke the printer. It says no. Yeah, so many bonks, my friend, so many. It's Bonkapalooza here. This one needs to be darker because it's lower. Might make them all the same. No, that's fine. That works. Let's do... Okay, why did you do that? Yeah, I don't like that one. That's fine. We can get rid of that. Well, it sounds like it's printing again now. A good sign. Okay, there we go. Well, whatever. It fixed itself. So we have appeased the printer gods. They have seen fit to give us printer abilities yet once again. Let's put this down here. I have an idea. I want to put this one across, kind of like that. It looks like that head corner's kind of got folded in. Should probably do one. I kind of like this little cutout here too. Rip. I like that too. Might have to add some more of those over on the other side, but I'm thinking we'll do it across there. Just a blank. Yeah, no problem. You're welcome.
Sorry to disturb the stream.
No, you're good. It's reality. Huzzah is correct. Huzzah is in order here. And she's off. You don't think it's because we threw open the gates of Valhalla, do you? No. It can't be it. Could it? All right. It's not a mythology. It's real. There you go. Heard me talking and didn't like that I was saying that it's mythology. Okay, let's put those two close over there. Let's put one more. Let's do another significant one here. Let's go bam, bam, bam. But we're gonna do. So we're going to pull this out like this, and then I'm going to give it two more. Boop, boop. I think I'm going to bend that this way, so we'll make it even craggier. The Aggro Crag. Does anybody remember the Aggro Crag? Nickelodeon TV show, game show. Oh, that's what it's that way. The Aggro Crag. Yeah, okay, that's why that looked like that. Oop. Legends of the Hidden Temple, I believe it was what it was. You could win a piece of the aggro crag. And I hear that there are people that were on that show that won pieces of that are actually selling theirs on eBay as well. Like there's a market for aggro crag. Did you guys know you could break into the aggro crag market? Let's really make sure that that connects there. This I want to go up here. Which one is this? Okay, that's that. That goes down. That should go. Getting a little bit of a. Yeah. I think it's because it's behind. This should be arranged into back. That should be in the back. This should be in front. That's why. Okay, we're having a little bit of an issue there. The lines were not meeting up correctly. Those eagle eyes of mine. Don't let things just be as they are. Okay, so this piece is going the wrong direction. That's partially why I'm having an issue. Okay, so let's go no. It's not negative 135. It's the opposite of this. So it's got to be like 45, some 60. Got to be 60. Something like that. There we go. Supposed to be reversed. Or not reversed, because reverse would be negative numbers, but this is not negative, this is its opposite. It's complementary. Sweet. I think we got some doors here. I think that works. I think there's some more details to do with... We're definitely going to work on these smokes. It kind of has the vibe that I want, but I think they could be better. And we also need to do, I think we need to do an outline in here. Do we like how dark the inside of this box is, or do we think we need to lighten up part of this? I guess, should it be more grayish? Less drastic? Kind of like the dark. It gives that that feel. I like it. Okay, yeah, that's what I was going for too. Okay, so the other thing I want to do. Let's go back up here, way up here. Yeah, we gotta do some outlines. Most of the objects that I put into the book have outlines in and out of them, so we can look at an example. Here. Double check. So, like this box has outlines around the edges, whatever. Doesn't necessarily have one on the inside though. Okay, let's look at another example, make sure we're being consistent here. What does our other box on page 5 look like? Okay, it does not have a line on the inside either, so maybe we don't do those. I'm gonna put them in for now, because I want to see how they look. Copy. Paste. Always try things out. You can always undo them, change them, any number of things. Ideas are not permanent. Life is not permanent. That's your words of wisdom from Tahoe today. Try things out. It's okay. Try something new on the menu. Go out to a new place. Join a biker gang. Well, maybe, wait. Scratch that. Maybe not do that. Unless you like biker gangs, then try that. Okay, yeah, that's better, thicker, which means this needs to be thicker too. Or it needs to be thick. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. Let's see if we change it to a different type of gray. Maybe make it light. No, definitely not white. You can see, like, and it's probably really hard if you're watching on a phone, but it's because this matches the gradient in some areas, it slowly like disappears, which is kind of funny. There's a transition point here too where, yeah, this is kind of cool. So it's lighter here at this front part, and then as it transitions through, at some point we're the exact same color, and then it gets darker for these back points. Those are the fun things. Those are the cool things. I like little moments like that. Get to see the little transitions converge. Yeah. Okay, let's make that a little bit wider. Make this a little bit taller. Something like that. Closer to matching. So now that we've done that, now we can turn it on and off, and we can see whether or not it actually gives us... Yeah, I think it gives us a little bit. Not a lot, but it gives us a little bit. Which is fine. Okay, cool. The gates of Valhalla are open. So, we need some... We need some like wisps or smoke. We need some kind of... We need something. Let's pull. Okay, so looking up some stuff. Can I just save image, downloads? Look at that one. Let's look at, there was another one here. Where did it go? There it is. Maybe image as, downloads. Ooh, wait a minute, there were some other ones there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, open up my downloads folder. We have some options here. These are definitely more like action, but I think they may work a little bit. We want some of this flair, right? The other one I pulled as an example. Again. Let's embed both of those. It's kind of like this one. There are a couple different options to work with. This one has more like cutouts in it. But I like the way it's kind of moving outwards in that way. It starts kind of low, pointy, but then blossoms out into the bigger form of it, which is kind of what I was going for here, but not as pretty. I also was going for like a Goku, like riding around in a cloud. That's why I just put that little spike on there. Or we could do something a little bit more like this, which has more weight towards pushing it. It's kind of similar, but it's flat across the bottom. This is maybe for a side scrolling of some sort. Okay, yeah, we're gonna keep looking at some examples here. Like, there are a lot of examples of smoke effects that are used for different things. Depends on really what we want to do and how we want it to feel. I tried to look through a few of my manga that I have with me in my little bookcase here. Definitely not the right ones to be looking for the kind of effect that I was trying to find. But I tried. Oh, here's another one. Licensable. Let's see this one. Save image as. Downloads. Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Another one. Okay, so we have another set of options here. These are definitely way more dynamic in a lot of different ways. Look at these insides, man. Really kind of, these ones almost have a life of their own. These look like almost like little spirits or magic or something like that. Less smokish, wispies. This feels very much more like cloud, which is fine. We gotta find the balance. Somewhere in between all of these is what we're looking for. Bum, bum, bum. Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna come up, gotta find something. It's funny because I can clearly see in my head that there are multiple times. I may have to look at Sword Art Online because there are several times when they're like opening doors or something's happening or closing, doors closing behind them, where I think this effect pops up. Maybe Full Metal Alchemist? Because he deals with the door between those two realms frequently. Try to use like my knowledge from shows that I've watched or whatever. If I get stuck or if I'm like, I have a clear kind of idea of what I'm looking for, what this thing is, but I need to see an example of it actually, because my memories is okay as far as concept, but it's not good as far as exact detail. So I can form a little bit more tangent of an idea. I think that's kind of why like examples and being able to Google search things or research and stuff like that is important, because it's not necessarily that you're like pulling something, but you're kind of refreshing that idea in your head and being able to then be like, okay, now that I have a better clear picture of this, I can form my vision of what that looks like way better. Okay, let's look up Sword Art Online. Let's see, let's just try boss room. See if we can find something that kind of... I know there was a couple instances where the doors closed on them. And if you can think of any anime that has something similar or point me in a direction, I'll definitely do a search for it and see if I can find something too. That's the other point, is like if these streams keep going and doing stuff on here, and anime fans come in, stuff like that, like they can put in there. A lot of the book is very much inspired by anime and the different stuff that is in either shows or manga or illustrations or whatever, all of the different forms of those things. It's like I'm amalgamating a lot of different pieces, but doing it in this style. Making sure I didn't mute myself. Maybe I've done that before. Man, time's flying by too. Holy shit. That's the thing. Sometimes when you get stuck on something and you're just like, oh, this, and I do, and then it just kind of flows so naturally. It's like, oh shit, time's gone by. The interesting thing about trying to do these book pages and stuff on stream is that I'm normally used to sitting down and working for like 6, 8, 10, 12 hours or whatever it is. Just if I get in a spot, I'm just like, blah, 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 just going for it, and I'll put a whole bunch of stuff together all in one run. But then I'll have like 2 weeks where I'm just like, I'm not inspired, I'm not doing anything, I'm not motivated on any of it stuff. I have to kind of like recharge some of that because I went a little bit too hard in the paint on doing everything or so many things all at one time. So a different experience trying to do this in like 3-hour chunks for the days. Not bad, just different. It gives me a little time in between to instead of having to spend those 2 weeks like recharging and watching shows and reading things and kind of rebuilding a bunch of that stuff. I do it in between on like Tuesdays and Thursdays so that it's a little bit less time lag in that way. Okay, so the Sword Art Online search did not pan out. That's fine. Keep that there so we can keep it kind of what we're contemplating. Maybe it's more of a comic book thing? Maybe it is not anime. Maybe it's more comic book? No, maybe not. Am I crazy? Did I just make this up? Is this not a thing? I could have sworn when like there's imagery of doors, like big gate style doors when they open, and this mist kind of fog smoke comes out from the bottoms or around the sides. You know, it's the idea that the doors are so big and so heavy that they're grinding on the ground and kicking up a whole bunch of dirt and dust, and it's causing that like misty smoke to form down close to the bottom where those doors are grinding. Like, am I crazy? Is that not a thing? Bunny, am I crazy? Any confirmation? I am not finding examples of this anywhere, and I feel like I've seen it. Like, I don't think I'm going crazy, but like my explanation of where it comes from and how it works, like, am I making this up? Am I creating a whole new concept here? Okay. So, I'm not finding any examples of what I want. So, we're just going to try it. See what happens. I feel like we have some good examples here of how to make some sort of misty, foggy thing. I think a few of these, like this one definitely feel like what I'm going for. Now whether or not how I'm going to make them come out of this opening is another question. Get rid of that. We don't want to see that anymore. Goodbye. Nobody likes you. Okay, so we're gonna definitely go more. This is gonna take a bunch of adjustments. Okay, so let's make it come from back here. Make that kind of sharp. We may have to do a couple different, like do it and then adjust it, add some more things to it, do some more. Definitely want to try to make this part a little bit more flatter than the top part. The top part can go up. Oh yeah, the other thing that they were doing was making some points. Yeah. Okay. I think that definitely feels better, but I've got... Like, I like that this goes out to a point here. Definitely gotta fix it though. Yeah, something like that. Because it's definitely coming out, it's filling up this space. It has a little bit more flow to it, right? We're definitely gonna have to give work on the shadows for it, because the shadow seems to be what the main point of all of this is, the main thing that holds it together. So we definitely want to figure out how the shadow is going to fit in here. Let's go ahead and copy and paste on top of each other. We're going to get rid of this. And then I'm actually going to make this darker, like so for now. Let's just pull, we're going to pull a couple things around and just mess with some of this a little bit. Let's go back to our example real quick. So we've got a couple. Yeah, we definitely want to put some more stuff down low. Thinking more like, I was trying to go more like with this one. let's do like... I'll do that. Let's point that there for now. Because the smoke wants to bubble up, right? That's the idea. We could put a couple these bad boys in here. Flatten them out, kind of. I don't know if this is helping at all. You're thinking of like a dungeon type anime then. SAO might have something like that in one of the many seasons it's had. Another one might be, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Yeah, that one. I have a whole crap ton of essentially dungeon ones that I've watched. I was hoping, I was watching an episode last night that they were gonna have more dungeon stuff in the... I'm watching the cooking one. Let me see which one it's called. Welcome to the Outcasts restaurant. That's the other one. That's the one I'm watching right now. It's simple. It's not bad. Other ones I could look at, more dungeon-like. Solo leveling. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Bogus skill. What other one has dungeons? Possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. Are you fuerte? What other dungeon ones do I have? I don't think the Slime Diaries does. Sword Art does. Spider doesn't. Yeah, it's like 3 good. I don't. Freerun doesn't. I mean, they have a dungeon when they're in their class thing, but it's kind of in between. No Attack on Titan, no Knights and Magic. Like, there's tons of examples of where there are dungeons. Campfire cooking in another world. I don't think he does dungeons in that one. No Marcel. Goblin Slayer. That one might be another one. No Shield Hero. What else? Yeah. Handyman Saito in another world. That's another one where they're just down to... Oh, even just the one on Netflix. Maybe that's the one you were thinking. Uzume no Tajimari? Yeah. Maybe Full Metal Alchemist. That's what I was thinking. Tame an epic beast with his cooking. Yeah. Like, there are a ton of them, and I know I've watched quite a few of them too. Dungeon crawlers. That's why I feel like I'm not. I don't feel like I'm off with what I'm thinking. I just don't have a cohesive idea of, or trying to figure out where I've seen it, kind of thing. I think I want to get more of these points coming up here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull... Where's this at? I'm going to pull this closer so I can reference this a little bit easier. Okay, that doesn't always have to go all the way up to there. I actually can come down and pick up some of these guys. Yeah. There we go. I'm getting the feeling now. You kind of mix and match the shapes together to give it that rolling feel. Yeah, Attack on Titan has a lot of smoke. That's true. Let's see. I think we need a couple more of these. Like, it feels like it. Like, we're good. This definitely has more of the feel like I'm vibing down here in this bottom section. Much better than what I had before, which was a concept. Let's make this a little bit more extreme. Go like that. Actually, I kind of like that cut off there. But I want to change that. Kind of like that. And see how that looks. Yeah, like it kind of gives that feel, right? Oh, Bleach? Maybe. When, like, the Soul Society gates open. Oh, yeah, let me see. I did find a manga page from Bleach that has kind of what I'm looking for. You are correct, sir. You did pick out something. You are correct. Look at that. Save image. We're gonna do that. Downloads. So I'll show you what I found real quick. Oops, put it on the wrong page. No, anyways, you can see it. Yeah, doors are opening and the smoke at the bottom of the page. So it does exist. It is a thing. Look at that. Okay, so there are examples of, okay, I'm not crazy. Woo, yay. I'm not out of my depths. I got concerned for a minute. I was just like, did I make all this up? Like, I'm pretty sure that's a common thing that happens. Promise I'm not crazy. Hellgate was opened in the 6th episode. That's what it says. Yeah, it's that one. There's a couple different ones where they have, where they show that same kind of frame where the door's opening. I think the other one that I saw, let's see if I can grab it. Leave. Similar idea here at the bottom of the page here. It's the doors are, before they open, they already are spilling out smoke out the sides of it. So yeah, you're definitely on to, you're definitely putting down what I'm, or picking up what I'm putting down, Sunny. But it's good to know I'm not crazy. It's a thing, I swear. I promise. Cool. Well, at least we have an example of that now. But I definitely like, this definitely feels much better, this one on this side. I'll make a new one to go on to the left side. But I want them both to be a little bit different from each other. I don't want to copy this one straight across and use it. I tend to do that a lot, is just use similar ones. Sorry, I got a message on Twitch. You decided to roll back the channel switcher experiment? That was last month. What notification are you sending me now? Sometimes they're like, there's a notification. I'm like, where? What notification are you notifying me of? What thing are you telling me? But I think, what do you think, Sunny? Does that gives off very much the vibes of what we've got down here at the bottom of this page, I believe. Our examples. I think that. So let's look at our trim view real quick. So this is what it would look like in the page. And I kind of like that it goes off. So I think I'm going to do this similar idea on this left one. I want to make the smoke go off the edge as well. Do the same thing. And I'll go back and I'll fix some of the thin lines and stuff here, make them look more like, look like this. What I might do is I actually might get rid of this white outline here altogether, and then I'll go back and I'll trace around the entire thing, kind of like, oh, actually, you know what, that's not too bad. I'm not sure. I'm gonna do something. I'll make it work somehow. But we do need to make a set of smoke on the left-hand side. I think so. I think we did pretty good with that one. The question is, how do I duplicate that? How do I replicate this? I just kind of went random and it actually turned out decent in my opinion. Now I have to figure out how to make another one. It's always the hardest part, trying to replicate what you just did. Okay, got an idea. Start here. We're going to do our bend, but we're going to do a point here instead. We're gonna try our best to replicate what we did. Random shapes. Almost ad time. Yes, thank you, Sunny. Appreciate that. Copy and mirror. Yeah, so a lot of times I will do that. That is very much a thing that I will do. But sometimes, like with this being such a strong illustration, like there's a lot going on here. It's okay to do copy and paste flips when it's smaller actions, when it's like not that much of a big deal. But this is like, if you're ever reading a comic book and you get to that one spread where there's like, it's so rich and so much is going on and stuff like that. This is kind of like one of those moments where you can possibly get away with some duplications and flips, but you definitely, like these doors being, I could have flipped them and made them the same on either side, but I was like, no, each one needs to be a little bit different. So it's the same idea. Like I can make another set of smoke here, slightly different. But other things like these two walls with the little holes in them, those should be the same and repeated across each other. So just depends. It just depends. But stream, we are coming up on our next break time here, our next 3-minute ad break. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to save this real quick. We're going to save and we're going to pause right here. I know today's a shorter day. I'm kind of miffed by that because I feel like we're actually making some good progress on this. We're going to do our break, come back, we'll talk a little bit, figure out what I want to do, and then we'll go from there. They're clouds, so they have different personalities. Exactly, right? Clouds have personalities too. I love how this is the image that I get to leave up on stream for anybody that comes in. They're like, what the hell is happening with this? They have no context of this, whatever the scary thing is that's happening in this book, on these pages, which is funny to me. Good times. It's good. We're having fun. It's killing me not to touch the Adobe Illustrator because there's things I want to do. I'm trying not to, though. I'm trying to be good. I don't know about scary, maybe menacing. Yeah, I think that's better description of what's happening here. I just keep thinking to myself like that's the definition, but that's the wrong definition for sure. It's wrong. It's not right. Menacing was definitely what I was going for. So you're definitely picking up what I was trying to get across for sure. I think the funny part about this is, and I can look at the layout here. So this is our menacing part right here, right? And then our next page is just him being tiny on the page with buttons being like shocked and surprised, So we get to see the reaction of him, but he's just going to pop out and just be like, hi, it's me. So we go from menacing to funny. That one we have not worked on quite yet. That one has not been started. But this is the hard part. Like, I'm trying really hard not to mess with things on this page while we're at the ad break too. It's really hard not to. It's one of those moments where you get into the throes of it and you get ideas and you're like, oh yeah, this, and oh yeah, and then you're just like, oh crap, no, wait, I gotta wait, be patient. It's okay. Hopefully it's not too busy at work for you today. Hopefully it's a lighter day. Hello, stream. Welcome back. Hopefully you are here. Hopefully the ads are done. I just saw a little thing pop on my iPad, so we should be done. Should be able to go back to it now. Okay. Let's see if we can at least get the shape of this one kind of the way I want it. Before we roll up for the day here. Something's not jiving. Okay, yeah, I like that better. Yeah, I think they definitely need to lean this direction a little bit more. I think that's part of the problem I'm having here. The idea is that they're flowing out from that direction, right? That's the idea of what's going on here. Let's see. This is a little off. Let's fix that. I think I want to bend this the other direction. So I want to do a means this has to be, so that's okay like that, but it means we need to take this guy, put that one like that. We're gonna put this, but that means we can actually push this way down so it actually looks like it's looping back up on that. It's kind of reverse of the other side, right? We have this one coming down kind of off on its own. Let's push that. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Yeah, shape-wise, I think we're getting there. This one kind of has that same feel where it's bulbing out a little bit. This one's pretty good. Let's see. Might want to combine these two a little bit better. Don't want that one to go up, but I want these to be like make those a little bit more conjoined in that way. There we go. I think that's pretty decent shape here. It's definitely not at the right, like that one has the right angle for sure. We need to push that one up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it needs more. I'm gonna have to change some of the angle of those coming in. I'm looking at the small preview and I want these smokes to kind of be, fill up the space a little bit closer to evenly. I don't want it to be as super asymmetrical. Oh, but a little bit more even. Okay, let's see if we can fix that real quick. Keep saying we're gonna have to remember I have to pick up my daughter from school today too. I can't play for too long. I would love to keep playing, but I can't. Okay, I think that works pretty good. I really won't know until I start messing with the dark part of it, because once we did that, then it really came together. Like, it really popped for that, so might have to mess with that. But at least we have like a basic shape here, I think we've kind of got part of it figured out. I definitely want to move that down. That makes it that's okay. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Pull those all down a little bit. Trying to balance it out. Trying to. Like I said, once we get the dark part on there, it will definitely make it pop a little bit better. At least I'm hoping. Okay, I'll mess with that a little bit later. Yeah, there we go. That's given that same vibe, that pushing out from. Yeah, it kind of has a swoop. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to make this so that it has a little bit more swoop to it here. Yeah. Yeah, much better. Okay, so yeah, we're given that the roundish shape here, like there's like he's standing on like a disc type, like it's the smoke is going around him in that way. So we're definitely getting the vibe feels here. Sweet. Okay. I think that's good for now. If I go too much, then I'll forget to pick up my daughter today from school, which is not good. So we're gonna have to call it a day from this point. So let's go over to Illustrator real quick, or no, into Canva. We'll update our thing. So this is number 22. Page progress. Yay! I was feeling a little bad that we didn't do very much on 22 last time, so I didn't feel good. I think definitely we're up here a little bit now. So not a whole lot of progress to be able to show for today wise, but that 22 feels much better now because of what we did. Adding the smoke, changing the angles and stuff. I know I did a bunch of work off stream on Monday. Wow, that moved way too far. But it definitely paid off. It definitely made a difference in what we've got going on here too. So definitely way more things to go. I realized yesterday when I was recharging a little bit and getting some more ideas running around in my head, doing some reading and stuff. I definitely want to go back now that our story has advanced and this is book 3. I need to make sure to go through and add more details to the illustrations and stuff like that. So because this is all set in a house, I always forget. I was like, oh, there's floors and walls. It's like, no, there's other things. There's couches, tables, counters, bookshelves. Like there's more things, and we can actually start to bring some of those pieces into the fold and actually start using them as scenery and frames and things like that to help us give us context. That's the thing that anime does really, really well, is that they give you the rundown of the environment, right? So whether it's this long panning shot of an outside or the sprawling details of all the things that are inside of a house or whatever like that. So the scenery is a big part of those type of creations and stuff. It's part of anime and manga and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that I'm putting those pieces into what I'm doing as well. Especially now that the world for our characters is a little bit different. It's a little bit more detailed in that way. So definitely I need to make sure to bring those pieces and elements in for what I've got going on. But yeah, let's switch back over real quick. Did our little update here. So we are done with today's stream for now, but I will be back on Friday and we will continue working on pages for my book. We'll probably keep working on this page and the one right after it, number 23, and kind of get those rounded out for this week. And yeah, just keep plugging away at book 3, trying to get all the pieces connected and doing all the different bits and pieces of it. Other than that, I've got a couple other things going on. I've got secret projects just about everywhere right now. But for now, I know we've talked about on stream the next event that I've got coming up here, which is actually next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. It's going to be the Reno, Nevada Humanities Literary Crawl. That's what it is. We call it the Lit Crawl here in Reno. But it's got 120 authors spread across 40 different locations throughout downtown Reno. I will be at the Washoe County Library, which is the downtown Washoe County Library, doing a panel. So I will be there talking, and people will be asking questions, and just kind of similar to what we're doing right now, kind of just talking and rambling about a lot of different things. I feel like it will be a little bit more constructed than what I've got going now. I'm just ad-libbing 90% of this. I'm not like I'm going to have anything written for this literary crawl, but that will definitely be more focused than what I've got going on. But if you'd like to come and see and check out all the amazing authors in our area, please head over to their website, the Nevada Humanities. They have everything listed there. You can also pick up your pamphlets, your flyers, and stuff like that with everything on it as well at different locations. So check their website for all of that information. But yeah, got that. We've got another event coming up after that next month. Actually, we have 2 events coming up next month. And then we are working on another secret project with one of my favorite people, Mr. Sage, in the background that at some point I'm hoping to share with you. If you've been on the stream, you may have heard some of the ramblings of what we are messing with, but we're kind of building something cool. We're going to try something out and see if it works, but it's going to be fun. Fun little audio journey thing that we're putting together. So no spoilers yet. We'll figure it out. But let's head back over here. Yeah, so Friday, more book and art stuff. And then Sunday will be our live podcast that we do, me and Dreamer, our 500 Little Things podcast. So if you'd like or are interested in something like that, please come by and check that out. That will be streaming on this channel between 7 and 9 p.m. Pacific time. So it's just me and her talking about different things, life, all the little things that come and go and change, and do all that stuff. What was the homework again? The homework was... Let me look. I can check in my Discord real quick. Where did she write that down? What rituals do you have in your life that make you happy? What thing that is a part of your life that you do that kind of centers you, gives you a place, a meaning in those things? Could be anything. It could be playing with your computer, could be playing games, could be for Mrs. Tao, probably yoga, lots of things. It's that the place that you go that feels ritualistic, but and it could be an event, could be family, could be whatever it is, but we kind of want to know what's the thing that makes you happy in that way. Do you have rituals in your life? Are they more structured? Are they less structured? What are those things? What do they look like? We're trying to kind of figure out ritual things for ourselves, and we're kind of lost a little bit in it right now because we don't really have any, or we've kind of twisted and broken a bunch of them that we don't really feel like apply anymore. So I think we're trying to find new places for those things, or find out what that meaning is. So we thought we would ask, see what other people's are. What do those look like? But yeah, so those are our things. That's what we've got going on. What else is there to talk about? Talked about the events, talked about our podcast. We'll put up the graphic for a second. There it is, 500 Little Things. That'll be here Sunday. We also put it up on YouTube. I think that's probably it. If you are watching this later, rewatching this broadcast, and you would like to come by and participate in the stream, please feel free to come by and say something. If not, you could also watch the video on YouTube. Those usually go up on the next day. So today's video will go up tomorrow morning. And if you want to leave us a comment there, maybe you have a question, maybe you have a comment, maybe you have concern, something like that. Look at that, Sunny's lurking. Yeah, feel free to do that. The last thing that I want to do, I want to double check this because I keep forgetting this every time we get to the end. I want to look to see if there are any channels to raid. I want to raid friends. I want to raid people that I know, pass on the good to whoever I may know that's on. I don't know. Nobody's on that I'm following currently at the moment. A little bit harder during this time of day. Sometimes they're on. Just depends. I definitely need to find some more people to pass the buck on to. So if you have any suggestions on channels to follow that you would like me to, when we get done with our streams, to raid so we can move our peoples over, let me know. Send me a comment or come into chat. Let me know what you think or who you would suggest. Would love to do other artsy fartsy people, more creative people would be great. But if you just know somebody that does really cool stuff or is a really good person, let me know about that too. So maybe we'll raid them. But I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Thanks for coming by, Sunny. I know Ghost Guy was in here for a brief second and then took off. Dreamer was in here. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming by and listening to me yap and babble for 2 hours. 2 hours and almost 30 minutes. I appreciate it. Hopefully, like I said, I say this often, but I'm hoping this is fun to watch. It's interesting that you guys are enjoying this. I just hope. That's all. But have a good afternoon, and I will see you on Friday. Bye, everybody.